So guys, this is it, the end of the river season. Now I would have really liked to have gone for maybe barbel or chub to end the season, but the river's pretty up, pretty coloured. It's not really the best barbel and chub conditions, if I'm honest, for my local river. So we're out targeting big perch. It'd be really nice to end this session with a bang and try and get a big river perch to end it. So what I'm going to do is, you might recognise, you probably will recognise a few of the swims I'm going to fish today, because of the swims where I've caught sort of the biggest perch from sort of this winter. So you're going to recognise swimmers like the poo pipe swim, the one with a tree, and some of the other ones, you probably recognise them all. But we're going for big perch. I'm fishing with sort of some floating creature baits. I've got some shads, I've got some hard baits, I've got a bit of everything. We're going to throw everything at these fish just to try and catch some big ones. Now of course we might get some pike along the way, but we're going to find out. Hopefully we'll catch a few fish, hopefully I'll get the big one I want today, but I'm happy to take anything. Let's see what we can get. And obviously the most fun way to catch perch is using the BFS setup, and that's what I'm doing today. 2 to 10 gram rod, Shimano Aldebaran, light braid, an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader, and a small clip so I can change between the baits I'm using today to increase my chances of catching. There we go. Hey, right down in the slack, just about a swinger. This one's quite skinny, so I imagine this is probably a big male. I want to take a close look at him. We're after the big mummers. I had a big perch from here, months ago, a couple of months ago now. But we're hitting all the areas where I've had big perch of this year, to see if we can catch one last big one before the end of the season. Lovely slack pull here, and I've got a couple of lovely slacks on the opposite bank. Yep, fish on. Oh, that's a good perch. Yes, that's what we're after. Please don't come off. Not even set the net up properly. Come on, let's get it in. Yes, that's what we're after. Probably a fish close to 2 pound, or not far off. Crushed a creature bait, just on a standard jig head, trying to make life easier. And that's a clonking perch. That's exactly what we're after today. Yes. Well, would you look at that, guys? Absolutely stunning perch. Can barely see my face because of the size of its dorsal fin. A real stunner, and it's the exact sort of size fish we want to catch today. Just under 40 centimetre, about 38 centimetre, and just under 2 pound. I think it was about 1 pound 13. I've just weighed it. Stunning fish though, great condition. Probably get ready to spawn in a few weeks or so. Look at that, presenting a dorsal fin. Let's get it back quickly and see if we can get a bigger one. Now it's a good idea to bring not just a range of lures with you, but a range of different rigging options, because especially with rivers you never know what they're going to throw up. So I've got a few different tackle boxes with me today. I've got multiple different size jig heads, different weights. I've got offsets hooks for weedless rigging. I've got cheb weights to go on the weedless rigging. That way we can fish the open swims, we can fish the slack waters, we can fish more into the heavy flow by using the heavy jig head, and we can also change over to weedless rigging in the snaggy areas to avoid getting snagged up too much. This will ultimately increase your chances of finding the fish and catching the fish. Good old poo pipe swim. Oh, that's a nice perch. That's a nice perch. That's a high 30 centimetre anyway. Yeah, definitely that's a 38, 39 centimetre. Only just hooked right on the front of the lip. Weedless creature bait, because I don't know what snags are down there. Beautiful fish. And would you look at that? Yet another stunning perch. This one's probably a fish of around 37 centimetre, and it's probably a fish of about 1.5 pounds maybe. And this is the reason we're out in these conditions today, instead of targeting the barbel or targeting the chub, because these big perch are feeding. It's a perfect time of year for it. Just a bit of time left before the end of the season, and it's paying off. And these fish are stunning. Look at those beautiful orangey red fins. Really, really proud. Really, really scrappy at the minute. Absolutely awesome. Let's see if we can catch another one. Fish on. Oh, that feels like a decent perch. Definitely not a pike. Got it right in a slag water on the opposite bank. That feels like a good fish, unless it's just a heavy flow. Oh no, it is a good fish. That is a good fish. It is a good fish. That's a beautiful fish. That's exactly what we want. Oh, that's a stunner. That's another fish close to 40 centimetre. This time on a floating creature bait. I've used 2 or 3 different baits now to catch these big perch. That's a really nice one. That's probably pushing £2 again. Oh. Well guys, with the size of the gut on this one, I thought for certain this one was going to be over that magical £2 mark. But it's actually exactly the same length and weight as the biggest one so far of the session. It's exactly 38 centimetre and £1.13, just like the fish we caught earlier on. That one was on the craw, this one was on a floating creature bait. Absolutely awesome stuff, and a stunning fish to catch from this flooded winter river just before the end of the season. Now here's a little tip when it comes to catching big perch, and that relates to accurate casting. Now opposite me there's a tree on the far side, and there's a beautiful big slack water that starts from the tree sort of to about 15 yards past it, and I was casting all over that slack area expecting there to be a fish. There was nothing until I managed to get the perfect cast right up against the back end of where the tree touches the water. Now I imagine that might be slightly undercut, and it was only when that bait hit that exact precise spot, probably the hardest spot to hit with a cast, which is when that fish hit it. Bang! The moment I got the cast right up against those tree branches. And it just shows the importance of practicing your casting, practice getting up close to the snags as close as you can do, because sometimes that is where those fish are lying. Because if I had not been able to make that cast up against that tree, I wouldn't have got a fish from this swim. And that was a brilliant fish I just caught. Let's try not to die. Bank's all falling apart down here. It looks like a fantastic swim though. Fish. Oh, that's a pike. That's a good sized pike. Hey, come on. God's sake. No, I expected. Thankfully it didn't break me though. Yep, there we go. Big pike. Again. Can't believe it took it again. Ooh. Come on. Well, I'm not going to land this. Not on the light gear. Come on, come on. Oh, that's a good pike. Ooh. Peeling drag. Come on. Come on, get out the snags. Come on. Oh yeah, it's a nice fish. It's a nice fish. Don't break me. Don't break me. Oh, don't break me. Yes. We got it. Oh, took a bit of getting in. I thought it was going to break me, but we got it. Alright, let's get you one up first then. There we go. Not the biggest fish in the world. On the BFS setup, that's a monster. A fish of 89 centimetre, probably a fish of about 10 pound. Real long and lean fighting machine. Not what I was after today, I was after the perch, but I could not complain at a fish like that, especially when we landed it as well. Put up a real hard fight in that hard flow. Thankfully we didn't break off. 8 pound fluorocarbon leader. Very, very lucky to land it. Right, let's let this one go. Oh, that was a big hit. That was a big fish. Damn it. There we could see that. There we go. Took it again. Was that a pike? Oh, it's a nice perch. I think that's the one that just took it though. Now I'm going to set the net out. We'll just hook it in like this. Only catching big perch today, boys. Look at that. The first one I missed, I think, was a bigger fish. I don't think it was the same one. I took my tail look the first time. Let's try another cast. I'm not even going to put a new bait on, I'm just going to cast it out with the tip of the tail missing. So I'm pretty sure I just caught that perch like that. We'll see if there's another one. Yep, another. Here it is, another one. That's a big fish. That's a really big fish. It's got to be another pike. That is solid. It's a good hit as well. If that was a perch, it'd be a British record, let's put it that way. Damn it. If we're lucky, it could be a chub. There's another pike. Hey Snag Bro, this is how you do multiple species, lads. Look, perch in the net, pike on the line. This is how we do it. That must have been what hit it the first time and took the tail. But look, didn't even need the tail on this bait, still caught one. Well, two technically. It's another good sized pike. Look at that. Whoa! Might need to loosen off the drag a little bit. I'm currently playing it on clutch, so to speak. Come on. Come on. Oh yeah. And then at the same time. Yes. There we go. Did I lose my perch? I let my perch go. Well look, it counts. Look at that, bait right on the side of his mouth. He's got a right chewed up tail. Look, a big one's at all of that. Absolutely crushed that little creature bait. Hey. This pike's actually got a wound to its tail, look, where something big has had it, which is really, really cool to see. And that's another beautiful fish. The sun's come out and the pike are feeding. What's all that about? Just had a perch and a pike in the net at the same time. That perch was also a good sized fish. Probably a fish of around about £1.5 pounds, probably about 37, 36 centimetre. And then a fantastic pike in the net, almost at the same time. It's a shame I let that perch go while I was netting this one, because I would have been able to get a brace shot with them, wouldn't I? Absolutely awesome stuff. The fishing is off the hook for the final day of the season, and this is exactly what we wanted today. No barbel and chub, smashing out predators, pike and perch, and just a few casts of each other. Absolutely amazing stuff. Let's get this one back, and well, I've still got a couple hours left to go. Let's try and get a £2 perch, eh? So guys, I've just had a phone call from my girlfriend telling me that my brand spanking new extra heavy lure fishing setup has arrived. Obviously I snapped one a few weeks ago, so I needed a new one, and I wanted it before the end of the river season. Now obviously today is the last day of the river season. I've got a couple hours fishing left. The fishing has been fire. I've caught fantastic perch, fantastic pike, and that's what spurred me on to decide I'm going to end this session here. I have got another couple of hours fishing where I could have potentially gone for that magical £2 perch, but we've caught some fantastic fish. So I'm going to rush off home now, grab the heavy setup, grab the biggest lures that I've got, hit the river for the last couple of hours of the river season, and hopefully pull out a big pike. But for now, that means the end of this session and the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We've caught some brilliant fish today. Those perch are fantastic, and I've got a pike at just under 90 centimetre on a little tiny soft plastic, obviously on the feed. What a fantastic way to end it. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to, like it if you like it, and I'll catch you guys later.